Hi, this is Tom. I want to talk to you today about my experience with Cryptolend, the crypto lending bot, I guess you would say it is. It's not a lending platform or anything like that. This is something that you control your funds at all times. People just loan your funds from you through an exchange. So I'm someone who hodls. I don't like to. I'm not someone who likes to day trade. I have tried. I'm not very good at it, so I think let people who have the time and the expertise do that. I'd rather just hold. And holding is great, but unless the price goes up, you're not really making anything. When the price goes down, you're losing. So this is a way that I found you can still keep earning while it goes down. You can keep earning while it goes up. Just by holding it there. And yeah, there are risks as with anything, but I think they're I'm willing to take that chance, and a lot of people seem to be doing it. So this is the program here, Cryptolend, and it's really simple. So I'll just go to how it works. So basically, just set yourself up an account, really simple. And then you need to input your API keys from your exchange. There is a few exchanges that do participate. The two main ones are Bitfinex and Poloniex. I started out with Poloniex. It's fantastic. I found it really easy to use. The customer service got back to me really quickly when I had problems and questions. And so they have these are the cryptos that you can loan here or lend out. And basically, so you connect your API up through the Cryptolend bot to Poloniex or Bitfinex, and Bitfinex I think has better rates, and they do have a lot more. See, this is the funding. It's called funding, and so you've got Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Gold, Dash, EOS, ETP, Ethereum Classic. You can also lend Euro, IOTA, the Japanese Yen, Litecoin, Monero, Neo, Amizo Go, Pound Sterling, Ripple, Sentiment, US Dollar, and Zcash. So there's a whole bunch that you can lend in here. And yeah, basically, when you've set up your account, you link up your API keys. Now that's something that it is quite simple, straightforward. And when you link up the instructions are all here in the trading in Cryptolend. So with your API keys. So you pretty much, if I go to, this is the demo, this is not my account, this is the demo. If you go into my account, you can see here, the API key needs to be entered and the secret key, and that's for Poloniex, the same for Bitfinex, the secret key, and it walks you through how to do this. And at no time is the bot able to withdraw or trade with your funds. You're only having it open to margin fund read and write, and your wallet to read. So you can always see you can access everything through the dashboard of the Cryptolend bot. And the returns that you can get do depend. Like if people are expecting and wanting to short something or go long on something because something's going to happen, you find the rates do increase quite a lot, like double and triple. Bitcoin seems to be regularly a good rate. This 0.01% per day seems to be around what that sticks to, but that can definitely go up. And that's the way you see this here. That's how many Bitcoin you have in your funding account on Bitfinex. The total gain, so 0.17 Bitcoin in total. 100% of them are being lent out. Today's rate is 0.01 and tomorrow's gain is 0.24 mega Bitcoin. And so that shows you what you've got on each exchange. It does also show you each currency that you have. So there's 6.7 ETH here, and it doesn't look like any of that is lent out on Bitfinex. There's some US dollars that is being lent through Bitfinex as well. And what you can do is you can see down here, so we're on, you click this button here, that brings up some info here. So for in 385 days, it's 11.36% over that year. And you can see in total all of these, so there's 35,000 US dollars that are invested and held in the funding wallet of is a combination of all of these. And total gain is 3,317 for the year. Now that's just for holding these cryptos. This has nothing to do with the price going up or down. This is just purely interest that you would never have had before by holding these in an offline wallet. This is the way you can sort of look at what's going on with that particular exchange. So this is Bitfinex Bitcoin, and when you click on these, it'll bring up each little graph. So the light blue line is the offer rate that is currently going on in Bitfinex. So for Bitcoin, so you can see here it's gone up to 0.01, and then over here it's gone down to 0.011. Up here, what was it? 0.015. So it's up and down. The dark blue line is what your minimum offer rate is. You can increase and decrease your minimum and maximum offer rate so that it's going to ignore some of the low ones and just pick off these high ones. The black line is your funds that are not lent. So this is right down the bottom. So all the funds are lent. You can see up here they dropped back out. So that generally they're lent for a couple of days. You can lend from up to 30 days. And you can actually go in here and you can manually offer these to be lent out. But what the bot does is goes in and does this for you on automatic. So you can just leave it run and it will continuously search and find these and place these trades for you. And it seems to place a lot of smaller ones rather than lots of big ones. Splits it up, which is good. So and generally it does pick about 2-day length periods, so it'll lend them out for a couple of days. And you can mess around with the settings in here. So in the settings you've got my account. I'll just go through what we've got here. So this is all your API key addresses. These are your bots. So if you've put Bitcoin into your, say for example, into your Bitfinex, you have to go in and you have to open up your bot, click on modify, and you'd need to activate lending to start the bot running and talking to Bitfinex. And you open up your the expert mode. Now, if you use the free version of Cryptolend, you can just use this section here, and I think it places trades every 5 or 10 minutes or something. If you do go the expert mode, which is the paid version, it does cost you 3% of your gains, and it places trades a bit quicker and does give you access to a few more strategies here. I don't use those strategies. I think they're probably good when there's a lot going on and there's some high interest rates there, but at the moment it's been pretty low, so I've just been taking whatever I can get as far as they go. So that you've got some settings here. If you click on it, it does give you a bit of a description. So maximum offer duration, 30 minutes, it will sit there, and if it's not taken in 30 minutes, it will take itself off. Minimum amount offer is 0.02 Bitcoin. Minimum offer rate is set to 0.009% a day. So that's a good spot to start at. I'd definitely leave that there, but if for some reason no one was paying that and you wanted to make sure your funds were lent, you'd reduce that back down again. And maximum loan duration can be 30 days. I'd rather shorten that down so it's a couple of days so that your funds are turning over, and if you happen to want to turn the bot off, you don't have to wait 30 days to get your funds back out. And so it's pretty straightforward when you get into it. You can have an asset manager, so you can be an asset manager, or you can have someone be your asset manager, and that person will be able to view your dashboard. They can't withdraw, they can't do anything, they can't trade. That all they can do is mess around with your bot settings. And if you say you had a significant amount in there, and you're wanting someone who's an expert who really knows how to get the best out of these lending bots, then you can work something out with them, and you can receive a proposal. You can send out a proposal if you're really good at this. And as far as contacting Cryptolend, I've had a few questions. Generally, you just type something in this chat box here, and they get back to you pretty quickly, and I've found they're really, really helpful. Of course, this is not financial advice at all. This is something, if you want to do it, do your own research on this, see if it's for you. The risks, of course, with anything, there is risks. So the risk of lending your money on Bitfinex and Poloniex, the main risk is the counterparty risk. This is to say a default of the exchange. These reasons can be a hack of the exchange, a fraud or a seizure, a very large price movement where loans cannot be covered nor insured. And please also check twice that the API keys communicated on our site do not allow withdrawal or nor trading. So be careful to make sure that you don't have withdrawal or trading activated through your API keys. And also the capital that you have invested won't be available for the time of the loan. So you can't, if you decide you quickly need that out, you're not going to be able to get it until that loan expires. But if you do need to, you just switch off that bot as soon as your interest loan period has expired. It'll just go back into your funding account and you can withdraw it. And so the example of the hack of the exchange, it does show you when Bitfinex was hacked, and there was a whole load of Bitcoins were hacked out of the exchange here. And it just shows the Reddit feed here of some people that lost quite a bit. And I believe those people did get the Bitcoin back, as far as I have read. I don't know 100% if that's correct or not, but they're pretty open, and with the warning that that is always a risk of having your funds sitting on an exchange. Anyway, if you have any questions, I hope I've covered this enough. Enough to explain it briefly, and enough to get a bit of an overview. You can make some money out of this. I've been loaning for coming up a month, and I can definitely say that yes, I've been making some interest on my crypto. And I found just yesterday, because I had some EOS lent out, and the EOS price, I think a lot of people were set to short EOS after the airdrop from EOS DAC. And so as soon as the EOS DAC airdrop was finished, I sent them over back to Bitfinex, and they went out at a really high interest rate because of the everyone was shorting. So you got to, if you can time things, awesome. Thanks for watching.